Welcome to Affirmated TV. Don't forget to subscribe for more Affirmated content and education.
Welcome to Affirmated TV's This Is What You Missed podcast, where we discuss the most trending topics and news of the week.
Mayor Brandon Johnson of Chicago got the full court press of the Chicago media on his response to the migrant crisis.
Our Sabrina Franza pressing for answers on the city's migrant crisis.
Sabrina joins us live now from the newsroom. And Sabrina, nothing was off the table during this interview.
We talked about asylum seekers, the Bears, and transparency. A one-on-one interview with the mayor of Chicago, starting with how the Johnson administration will fund their campaign promises in the middle of a migrant crisis. What if the federal government doesn't help you?
Well, clearly they haven't thus far.
But is that sustainable? Because you've said it isn't sustainable.
Well, I think you've answered it. No, it's not sustainable. The Congress does have to act. And if they do not act, this is going to continue to cause the type of chaos that the governor of Texas wants to do.
But we're running out of space. So where are these people going to go?
27 shelters is what I've built.
And they're all full.
And we have provided education, health care for these families. And we did all of that without having to cut back on services to people, as I've already expressed.
Will you be taxing, adding a tax to help pay for this?
Well, I think people are clearly familiar with what my vision is for revenue in this city. Mm-hmm. And my revenue, of course, is committed to making sure that we are doing everything that we can to address the unhoused crisis in this city.
So we've asked all these questions, and we've talked to people on your city council, people on the street. They're frustrated with the lack of transparency from your administration. They say, shelters are opening up in my ward and I don't know they're opening until they're open. Why do you feel like those who you're working with collaboratively and those who have voted for you feel you are not being transparent?
If people believe that there's more information that's available, then they're looking for nothing, because I've been absolutely clear about this mission.
It was reported before this interview was aired that Mayor Johnson was hospitalized for a panic attack. Many have speculated that the stress of the logistics of serving and housing the migrants took a toll on his mental health. However, residents have been outraged and disappointed in the lack of supporting underserved communities and him making the migrants more of a priority than the homeless and unhoused Chicagoans. It has been reported that they've been getting ahead of the line for housing opportunities and job opportunities, infuriating residents.
We're watching you.
Yeah.
We are disappointed.
Mm-hmm.
We are angry.
Yeah.
We are offended. Mm-hmm. And we feel like we're being mistreated, misused, and disrespected. Yeah. We will not continue to be disrespected by the Democratic Party. As I said yesterday, and I'll say today and tomorrow, if you're an independent candidate, Green Party candidate, Republican candidate, now is your time in this city.
Joining us now, the Chicago resident you just heard there, Kata Truss. Kata, it's really great to have you. Tell me what you are frustrated about specifically.
Well, one of the things that I'm frustrated about is the fact that the Biden administration is not handling the migrant crisis in a way that it is good for them or the cities that the migrants are being sent to. I certainly don't want to demonize the migrants, because not a lot of what is happening is their fault. I think that our mayor, our governor, as well as President Biden, has to step in and make some changes to what is happening right now. Right now, it seems as if our borders are just open and that people are freely coming in, and that there are no laws that are being followed in terms of immigration. And so what is happening here in Chicago is that we are seeing our city spend up to $48 million a month to house and take care of migrants. Now, when you talk about the Black communities here in the city of Chicago, and you talk about the years of disinvestment in our communities, in our schools, and all around us, and you see this amount of money being spent to people who have come from outside of this country, that is a problem for us. And I think that one of the reasons I got involved in this is because when you talk about coming into the Austin community, a community that has already been blighted and disinvested in, and talking about one of the major crown jewels of the community, you're talking about taking it away from the community to house migrants at a time where we're seeing increased crime because our children don't have things to do, they don't have jobs, and we're seeing this money being spent, and it's being spent on other people in communities that could really benefit for that money. Here in Chicago, I was sitting in a meeting with the Board of Education, and they talked about a $391 million shortfall that they're going to have this upcoming year. And when you look at the money that has been spent on the migrants, you know, we have a problem with that. And I heard someone say earlier that here in Chicago, we're talking about turning away from the Democratic Party. I have already turned.
What do you all think about the migrant crisis and its impact on mental health and society? Do you think that people in Chicago and around the country should start looking for better representation from political leaders? Leave a comment below and watch another video on our channel.